These cracks that we're seeing, though, are way more extreme, bruv. Because if you can lie about these things to try and capture the hearts of the nation, then what type of man are you, bruv?
Yo, look, I can do it like money made, glamorous ting. 12 round unanimous ting. Casual fans on the analyst ting. That ain't KG and Travis's ting. That's undefeated, undisputed like Lennox. Do it on points, jab your head off. Who tried to say that AJ fell off? Must have never had Nigerian.
Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to the Undefeated podcast.
The only podcast with two undefeated fighters.
Chat it up. Bro, what's your tail of the tape?
Gee, I'm 0-0. Never fought, never lost, and never will. If I did, you know what time it is. I'm still not losing, fam. That's how I feel right now. I'm feeling
bro.
mad great right now in my position. I don't know why. I don't know what's happened, but I feel like I can take on the world, fam. That's what I'm feeling like.
Snap.
It's mad. I've just been watching a lot of boxing, but believing I'm seeing myself in there.
You know when you watch bare YouTube videos of training and you feel like I worked out a little bit.
No, there was times here when I was proper like I was doing the feints and stuff. I was like, raw, okay, like this is not your fight. This fight happened ages ago.
Sick.
But what's your tail of the tape, bro?
I'm 2-0, bro. Do you know what I mean? And had I not stopped and called it a day, I'd be at 42-0 by now.
42-0 till this day.
That's just how I feel, bro. That's just how I feel. If it kept on going, we'd be at 42-0 by now, easy.
Come on,
the Floyd comparisons would be there. It'd be mad.
I can't believe that we just drew for Floyd. Like I think like it's mad because we've been having a lot of conversations here, and the people that we've called ourselves in the last few weeks have been incredible. Someone's liking themselves to Michael Jordan. I think, did I do that? Did I call myself my MJ at one stage? I don't know why. Nah, I'm getting mad. I don't know what happened, but anyway.
It's lockdown is affecting you, fam.
It's not important. The main thing right now, is I need people to like, subscribe, share, and do all the good stuff. People have been coming up to me and saying, hey, you lot's podcast is so sick, it's so amazing.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel
been a lot of love.
Mad love, but I kind of feel like, you know that indie band that's not been discovered yet?
Ah, snap, yeah.
I feel like that band that's sick, yeah?
We need that moment. That one moment.
That one moment, fam. Man needs that one moment where people, because everyone that does listen, they're like, nah, you lot's podcast is amazing.
So wait, hold on. If we're an indie band, yeah? Are you the lead singer or are you the drummer? I ain't gonna lie to you, yeah? I want to be the drummer.
Good, I was gonna say.
You know the drummer with the mad solo, fam, and the gloves. You gotta have the glove drums. The drummer gloves.
Doing solos when it's not meant to be a solo moment.
I'm just overriding. I'm overriding the singing, fam. And when you think it's done, we're getting back.
Yeah, nah, I will break up as a band. It's not gonna work.
I'm going solo as a drummer, fam.
That's mad. Turning up to shows with your drums and that, yeah.
Bro, a solo drummer. A solo drummer.
Listen, this is dope though. I properly enjoy doing this, man. And we're coming, lockdown's kind of easing. Like people are back in society, football started, sport is back.
Fact. Football is back, bro. Arsenal played today. Mad result, but they played.
Yeah, it felt normal. I think that's what feels normal. Like Arsenal played, they lost, normal. Do you know what I mean? Of those kind of.
Let's move on. You didn't need to do that.
Nah, I wasn't gonna. But I'm saying everything's starting to feel
right
again. But it wasn't even that's got me disgassed. I'll tell you what's got me disgassed. But we've told everyone like, subscribe, and all that stuff. So let's move forward. Do you want to do? Should we go straight into comments?
Let's do that. Yeah.
Let's go.
Last week was a very interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna read the first one. Doofus creation. AJ needs to go scorched earth and say, take down the Churchill statue. It will go nuts. Nah. Listen, you don't want AJ to live here.
I'd be out there with rope, you know. No. I said I'd be out there with rope.
Chill.
I'm joking.
Chill.
Joking. Got a comment from Paul Walsh. Great content as always, guys. I look forward to the pod each week. I wanted to speak on a few things. One, AB, the gift that keeps giving. He goes, I used to be a huge AB fan, and he should have been the one to carry the torch from Floyd. He had all the talent and charisma, but a string of bad choices led him to where he is today. It's mad how quick we are to forget that he's a 4-weight world champ.
It's mad.
He is. He's a 4-weight world champ. But when you choose to be the bad guy and carry yourself the way he has, you get written off without a second thought. Facts, bro. KG. He goes, this is to KG. He goes,
come on.
I agree with you on most takes. Canelo, Fury pulling up Travis on his blind love for Hay. But this is too much. Come on now, bro. You know this ain't a competitive fight. Manny Pacquiao is a small man with small arms. He's smaller than AB and Floyd. Kel is basically a light middleweight, and he was too small. Triple G has a granite chin and crazy power. They make weight classes for a reason. If this fight happens, it would be a brutal end to an amazing career. I don't want to see it.
You don't know what kind of Manny that you're going to see, though. Remember, this is... Wait. I know, Triple G is special.
If Triple G hits him with a grown man punch...
You know, Manny Pacquiao, pound for pound, you know, he's not like... The guy is... I don't think it's the same Triple G. He's just saying.
Small, bro.
I hear that. He's small. But then no one believed that... Senator.
But Thurman. No, but
I know. I'm just saying that skill level. I'm talking about skill level. Pacquiao still has a high skill level. He's still competing at a good skill level. I'm just saying.
You think Pacquiao
Triple G's on the decline.
You think Pacquiao can go up to 160?
Nah. But what with the right drugs? With the right drugs, though. Let's be honest,
now you understand. Now you understand.
We have to bring drugs into. We have to bring drugs into.
My agenda has reached its destination.
No, I'm just saying with the right drugs, yeah.
Bro.
Let me not say that. All I'm saying is, I'm watching it. Paul, there'll be moments in that fight where you're gonna be like, "Is Pacquiao doing something?" And what are you gonna say? Yeah, and I'll look at both of you like, remember that when I called you? Remember when I called you when Deontay Wilder and Fury and you went on the phone?
I'll drop the phone.
I called you like,
because you know what it is? You phoned me in the middle of one of the rounds. I was watching it on my phone. I was like, this guy, block, get out of here.
I was watching on the screen. That's what I'm saying. So I was enjoying, and I could see where this was going.
I was
many rounds in. So I was like, I have to call my friend. Because we've been going at it for so long. So I think you and Paul, once again, are going to be having moments in a fight. You know, we're going to be like, raw. KG.
It's nuts. Paul's my cousin as well. Yeah. It's mad that he sided with you on all these other debates. It's bad.
All right, cool. Let me read the next one. Bernard Tenkaran. Joshua's own words were for all to uplift their own communities through self-investment. There we go. Besides that, if others wish Joshua to be social docile and not to encourage the black community, I suggest they YouTube Frank Bruno. Nah, I wasn't ready for that comment.
It's mad, but...
That's the character they want on the sly. You know what? Really and truly, that's if AJ... followed the Frank Bruno model. No, I'm just saying, if they couldn't laugh like him, that laugh is legendary. But I'm saying if he just stayed out of, the mix, yeah, he'll just be, again, loved. But times have changed. No one is doing that no more. Do you know what I mean? Let's keep going.
There's one from Simi Mandler. He goes, he wasn't trying to protect himself. He was going to say what he said after the thing he read anyway. He read that because the guy who wrote it wasn't there to read it. He obviously knows if he reads something, it will get more press than if someone else did. He agreed and disagreed with some things as he read it. He also said it wasn't his before he read it.
That's mad. No, bro.
But at the same time,
that's mad. You can't agree and disagree while you're reading.
But what it was, when points were coming up, he was saying things on top of it, a little ad-lib on the top, just to season it like his way or whether or not. But at the same time, you chose to read it. You know what time it is.
What? Can you imagine if I gave you a mad letter and you waited to be in front of the world?
To read it for the first time. Not even in silence, in my head, bro. I've decided to pocket it, and now on the mic, We're gonna find out together. Nah, I wouldn't do that. I know what's on
Bro,
there before I read it.
actors don't do that.
Fam,
No
yeah, the
one
sight
does
read
that.
it.
Like,
Sight read a live
we have
script.
a thing. We have a thing where we go together. All the people we go and read the script together. It's called a read through. Everyone's around the table, and then
Imagine,
we see him
bro.
like,
Imagine sight reading on set. Mad.
"Whoa, really? Is that what I think? Come on, man."
Yes, I love you. It's mad. It's mad.
All right, cool. Let
There's another one.
me.
Jeremiah Victor. I
Come
get
on,
where you're coming from,
Jeremiah.
KG. I may have been a bit too harsh, but it's all love. But you
Oh,
see what I mean about Fury, as now Fury has jumped on the bandwagon of insinuating that Joshua is racist by saying if I said what Joshua said, people would call me racist. It says it all. I used to like Fury, but now he's trying so hard to be the public's favorite, as he's always been envious of Joshua's fame with the public. It's embarrassing. It's about time he got a reality check.
let's talk about that quickly.
I'm here for that
Let's
conversation,
talk
bro.
about that quickly. It's disgusting.
Because
There's
he,
no other words. There's no other words. And you know what? It's so painful
Mhm.
what I'm seeing right now. What I'm seeing, the energy from Fury, that I can't. I'm getting put off by him
big time.
minute by minute, and it's like
Mhm.
it's so sad because it's it's like I'm seeing somebody else. Do you know what I mean?
Different
You know,
guy,
you look at some guy and you're like, oh, you're my guy, you're my guy, you're my guy. Then he starts to move wayward,
like a dickhead.
and you're like, bro, when did you become this guy? When you've been so ingrained in the culture, you're so ingrained, bro. Like, I want to know what that journey back to Crunk Gym looks like, and if he's even thinking of that, or do them man say, you know what, it's the money. Forget all the social issues. I don't care about that. You don't
Mm.
really care about that. Let's just make money. You're making my gym hot again. I don't care. But for me, I think it's an awkward conversation because you're almost playing, or unless you're trying to build the fight on a race relation thing.
My thing is, yeah, Fury pretends like he's just a clumsy guy and naive and whatnot. Says what he says off the top of his chest, speaks from the heart all the time and whatnot. I don't think so. I think he's a very calculated guy, right? Now he knows what the temperature is right now on the streets.
Mm.
He's angling the fact that Bear Man are turning against AJ right now, and he's trying to be I'm the other one, I'm the other choice. So let's lean in. He's backing, the stuff that he's seen him put out. I'm just like, bro, you don't. There's no way you, as a man that comes from your background, can feel that way about Churchill, unless you don't know your history, because this guy would not have patterned with you either. So I'm looking at this stuff now, and I'm just like, it's interesting because you now can look at Fury's history and we can start to analyze a bit more and start thinking, well, what else have you tried to engineer? Because now you're trying to engineer yourself to be public's favorite, the lover boy. You'd like to replace AJ at the public seat that he had. So that means to tell me that maybe you've done this before. Maybe when you came back from being banned from steroid use, the mental health PR spin could just
No, we
be a
can't call it
PR
that.
spin.
We can't call it that. Again,
No,
I hear where you're,
no,
I hear
no,
where
no,
you
no,
are
bro.
with it.
Sorry, listen to
Go
what I'm
on,
saying.
I'm listening.
How do we know that that wasn't a PR move? Because I'm telling you right now, yeah,
No,
PR
Trav.
tricks,
You
PR
can't
tricks.
get to that level where he was. Where he was, you can't. You
Hey,
can't,
I'm not
Trav.
saying there was no. I'm not saying that the whole thing was a lie. Yeah, I'm
Mm.
talking about the spin in the. I'm not talking about real life. I'm talking
Yeah,
about the spin in the PR, the journey, the road back to the thing
the
to become
push.
the people's
You
champ.
no,
These
obviously
are
there's the
these are
rebrands in it. There's
these are
rebrands.
engineered narratives, bro. I'm telling you right now, the industry is not A and B equals C. It's not that, bro. Stuff goes on behind the scenes. This is the conversation we're gonna have. So let's go. Cameras on. Let's go. So tell us about the story. Well, we know the game. So when these men are talking, it's so calm. I'm thinking to myself, so you've wanted to get the people energized behind you somehow. You're willing to now do this side of history to get it. That means to tell me that you
No,
was
because
capable of
no,
more.
don't get me wrong. In media, in everything, there's always these people that will swim against the grain to upset people. There's always these
Mhm.
people that will. I don't like Kate Hopkins. One,
Golf Roch.
Candice. No, you can't. When we talk
I'm
about these
joking.
people,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
yeah. But there's people that will go out there and just do malicious. I think it's malicious, a malicious way of bringing yourself to the top. I'm not gonna say that Fury is that, but what he's doing now is malicious. He knows it's just he's just sneaking in because even in the interview, the interview sounded so good in the beginning when he was talking about, AJ said what he said, I'm just gonna leave it as that. And then in the same breath, he said, well, if I said that, can you imagine? It's like, wait, so you're not letting it. And he's like, AJ said
has he
sorry.
spoken on
He
Black
did
Lives
say
Matter
sorry.
directly at all? Not one time.
Nah.
But he's done All Lives Matter. He's done the Churchill
Yeah.
salute. He's done a lot of stuff there. And I'm thinking to myself, it's either you feel like that, cool, or you don't, and you're using this as a little move. And the reason why I say that everything is under scrutiny now, because there's been moments where you just go, that was a bit nuts. Like the farmer coming out and saying, he paid me to lie about the steroid use, the cover-up. Cool. Are we not allowed to scrutinize this man at all?
No, we can. I definitely feel that we can. And again, we've seen today, the Premier League, all the players, Black Lives Matter, knee. Do you know what I mean? People taking a knee, and you're going to see it throughout sports. And it is weird that the WBC champion, and now I'm looking at that WBC, because I've been doing my WBC history, bro. The people that have wore that belt, it's like, it's a special belt, It's special, and
at one point it was
you holding that and not speaking on this matter, and this boxing is like on the backs of amazing black heroes, black champions that you celebrate, and one you're named after. You're named after Mike Tyson. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy that this is the take that you're taking, and that's why I think it's still difficult for me to accept. But I'm watching on, and literally as I speak from now, I would love to watch AJ punch him up. That's how I feel as now, and that's crazy. Do you know what I mean? Because in that fight, I was just gonna go in and sit there and just watch it and say this is gonna be amazing and not be hurt. I was gonna try my best.
I'm team AJ. Anyone he goes up against, to be honest with you.
Nah, I didn't like that. It's triggering for me. I feel too triggered, and it's the comment section that I'm seeing that's got me.
The comments, yes, it's uncomfortable.
AJ, it's got me with AJ so much because people are now, it's literally become, it's almost like a undercurrent race thing that I hate. Like, I don't want to see that. I just want to see two amazing fighters come together. Who's the best here? But now it's picked up this awful dialogue.
This is what I'm saying, bro.
Fury's
and if AJ didn't do the Black Lives Matter speech, Fury would not be so vocal right now.
Yes.
Which says to me that you got some dark intentions for why you're pushing this so hard.
It's the spot.
That's right.
And you could be right, Someone
and I don't
that moves malicious.
Someone that can do that may have tried this before. He didn't become this guy today. Is what I'm telling you.
No, you could.
The same way that people have criticized AJ. Sometimes we have and said he's not being 100 because we see the cracks. Bro, let's look at Fury with the exact same lens. These cracks that we're seeing, though, are way more extreme, bro. Because if you can lie about these things to try and capture the hearts of the nation, then what type of man are you, bro?
Wow. Hey, you come to pod today still.
Bro, I came to pod, bro.
You came to pod. And this is just a response. This is just a response to the comment section. No, you came to pod today.
It's bigger than boxing at this point.
Yeah, no.
Because AJ and out here saying with no malicious intent. He's clumsy at times. But there's never a time when you thought, right, that's dark. Do you know what I mean? Now I'm looking at Fury, I'm thinking to myself, right, okay, how low can you go then, big man?
And he's a tall guy to be getting low, fam.
Crazy. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, I can't believe this is just comment section,
That's just the comment, bro. I'm telling you, I'm ready to pod this evening.
Listen,
Muller. AJ versus Fury will be huge, no doubt about it. The issue we'll have is the location of the fight. Wembley Stadium is ideal, but as you guys say, the Middle East is likely to win it. Saudi was offering big money from AJ reclaim the titles. Providing AJ beats Pulev, which should happen, although this would have been a tougher fight when it was originally made, Fury has to overcome Wilder and Whyte, providing Whyte beats Povetkin. Whyte could potentially come out of this as the biggest winner and derail the AJ versus Fury fights, as there's no rematch on mandatory defenses. He goes on to say, in regards to Pacquiao Triple G, I'd be there for it. Whilst Triple G has power to stop him, Pacquiao could outpoint him. You only have to go as far as Pacquiao versus Margarito and look at the weight at the weigh-in and the fight night weight difference, and Pacquiao smoked him to the point he ruined his face. Fam,
Talk to me, fam.
that
Talk
was
to me,
drug
fam.
Pacquiao. That was
Muller,
drug
fam.
Pacquiao. That's a different time.
And I'm
But
saying you never know what Pacquiao's gonna turn up. That's all I'm saying.
anyway, but the Dillian Whyte thing ruining the apple cart. Whoo!
We're gonna get into Dillian.
That's
We're
a
gonna get
take.
into Dillian today. So
Could you
wait, I
imagine if
need
he
to.
beat Fury?
No, let's do this now. Let's get into this really. Let's get into this proper the way we need to.
All
Yeah. Because there's a few things to say in this piece.
Mm-hmm.
Wembley should be the location for that super fight. I don't care how much money is being offered abroad, bro. This fight, it needs to be for the fans. If you're trying to reawaken a new scale of fans,
yeah, but you have to remember,
boxing,
yeah, you're speaking to the parties involved. Eddie Hearn is a money man, yeah. AJ is a money man. Fury likes to pretend like he isn't. He's also a money man.
Yeah.
So these men are gonna be in the same call on some. We can either make 35 mil each, yeah, or 100 mil each.
But how much do you reckon the fight's gonna sell?
The pay-per-view is gonna be great. The pay-per-view is always great, but the guarantee, but the starting point is 35 mil. Then whatever they make on top, as versus 100 mil, and whatever's on top. Sorry,
but this is okay. So this is what I'm trying to get to. Yeah,
this is gonna be the biggest fight, one of the biggest fights in history.
I believe you. There was a stage in boxing where, because of I'm not talking about Ali's, I'm talking about the Tyson era, for instance. The amount of boxers that came out of New York watching Tyson and saying, "Hey, this is me. This is just like me. I relate. It's here. It's in my neighborhood," and it's almost captured a generation. Right now, these guys, historically have a moment to capture the nation. The belts have never been here like the way we got the two heavyweight champions, Wembley, sold out. Everyone's there. Do you know what that's gonna do for the little youngsters that are watching, saying, "I remember where I was when I watched that fight."
I hate you, bro.
Now with the cloud, now with the horrible race cloud that is there, yeah.
The intensity is going to be fever pitch, bro.
It is. We don't need anything. We don't even need celebrities.
When AJ walks to the ring, the nerves. It's going to feel like my big bro.
Can you imagine if you hear booing? Can you imagine if you hear booing? Really? Because there should be booing. Can you imagine AJ walks into a packed Wembley and instead of Sweet Caroline, it's just chorus of boos, fam? Oh my God. Then Fury walks out. But then as the fight is going on, you start to hear people start to cheer for AJ because fighting brings that out of you. Yeah. And it changes because he started to win your respect again. He's won you over. Do you know what I mean? One with us.
You got to show you who he is, just so you. I mean, you must have forgot. I'm still AJ.
No, and with fans, we're just fickle. We're fickle. We will cuss the player, and then he'll score or do something a bit nice that we like. And that's going to happen for AJ. But I imagine chorus of boos. Can you imagine that?
I don't think he's getting booed like that. Remember, it's more than likely going to be a Matchroom show. Yeah. Matchroom fans.
It depends because if Thingy still pushes into this agenda, this agenda,
Matt Galvanized.
If we continue this, he's racist and I'm me, and I think
I genuinely think you'd be surprised. I can't see AJ getting booed because the fact is, there's a lot of racist. There are racists out there as well, but I don't think they're going to outnumber in the arena. AJ fans who ain't.
Listen, I've been reading.
That's my positive.
You're just too positive. I've been reading the comment section.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. But there's gonna be a majority that's gonna be black and white that ain't racist, and are gonna be rooting for AJ in that mix. So there'll be the racist.
The message, that's what I'm saying. What you have to understand is sometimes the message gets taken or stolen and changed into something else. And that's what's happened. The message has been taken. No one's talking about all the other stuff AJ said. Everyone's taking is AJ doesn't want money from white people. That's what it's become. He doesn't want shopping. He doesn't want anyone to shop in other shops.
That's mad.
And he doesn't want money from whites. That's the new message.
That's the new narrative,
isn't it? Because AJ hasn't really spoken too much to that narrative. He just said F off. It helps people push the narrative because he said that and he told us to fuck off. Excuse my language. He said that and he said he's cussed us at the same time. How ignorant.
The energy.
And with
Charged
People
up.
just keep do you know what I mean? Keep saying it. And again, it's like what's happened in America with the Colin Kaepernick thing. It was about the knee. It was about police brutality. Then it became
Yeah,
about the flag and the
yeah.
and then it's stolen. And I believe right now, if AJ doesn't quickly grasp this,
He needs to
this
speak. That's
is
what needs to
he
happen.
needs to
He's gone
to
quiet,
speak.
and AJ and Fury's done double time.
And his brother's speaking. Everyone's speaking, fam.
Mm.
He needs right now, and I didn't even listen to what his brother said.
Why would you? Why would anyone?
Yeah, I'm
Which
not.
one
It's
is it?
Love Island, the
Fury
Love
or
Island
Tommy?
one.
Tommy. What's his record?
Don't
2
say it's
and
Tommy.
2 and 0. Get him out of here, bruv. You reality star.
No, respect Tommy, please.
Fam, the only reality TV I want him in is boxing. Man wants to come back with Love Island clout. I never forget the fight that he did when he straight came off the Love Island and he sat down there and he said, "Oh, who did he say he wants to fight?" He
Who do
said
you
he
want
wants
me
to
to
fight
fight
someone.
next?
He goes, "Who wants to see that?" The crowd was just silent, like, "Who's done he?" Man, he thought the Love Island clout was gonna come back into boxing.
No, they didn't follow. They didn't follow. Yeah. So again, as I said, AJ needs to speak immediately, real soon. We got to clean it up. There's got to be some PR, as you said. The rebrand, the PR rebrand needs to happen.
All he
Good
needs to
morning,
do,
Britain.
all he needs to do is eloquently state his point. The same points
Yes.
that made. Speak from the top.
Yep.
Now, the only problem with that is I don't know how confident he maybe feels about speaking about these things. Do you know what I mean? And it's like at this
Come
point,
speak to us then, fam.
no, but it's what. No, I hear what you're saying, but you know, certain men don't necessarily feel like I can be the mouthpiece in a conversation like that, and that's understandable. But you can double down and just kind of clarify your point and your position in a way that
Clarify.
isn't so. I don't
It's
know.
gonna get taken from you. It's gonna get taken
It's
from
getting
you,
taken
man.
from you. You got to control the narrative. Is basically it. Yeah, that's it.
100%. See, he has to do something. Now let's actually have, because we've been laughing, we've been laughing all week, yeah. About We keep joking about Frank Warren, yeah. In terms of the way
You know, I didn't know what you were gonna say, and then I heard his name and I was like, "Oh snap! Yeah, we have been."
we keep joking about Frank Warren and stuff. No, when we say joking, in terms of, you lot know Frank Warren's market employees and this, that, and
Posters.
the other, posters and that. Anyway, let's deep it, because we were sitting there the other day and Frank Warren put out the best tweet, very well timed, and it fits in with what we've been speaking about on this pod here about Dillian. Yeah, Frank Warren said, if he was my fighter, he's getting a title shot.
This is in response to Dillian suing WBC for
Yep.
them longing out his title shot.
And he said that he might be suing the wrong person. I think that's what Frank Warren said, that he sued. Like, it's
Is that what he said?
not. He's basically saying that you need to give that source to Eddie. Is basically how I saw it. Because
Oh,
if he's saying that you're suing, what's he suing? If he was with, well, it's pretty much saying that he's saying if he was with me, yeah, that's a title shot. So it's
You know
not
what he's doing?
WBC, it's Eddie.
You know,
That's what he's saying.
You know what he's doing?
Talk to me.
He's dirty macking, bro. He's that dude that's talking to your girl and going, "Raw, is that what he did? If that was me, I would never be. I would never be for a girl like you."
What?
That's what he's doing. He's dirty
It's the
macking the
Josie.
game.
I wanna know. No. Wait. No, I wanna know. All the things.
Oh yeah, that's it. Your man won't do.
Man won't do all the things your promoter won't do, fam. I do them for you. Man,
The music video is disgusting.
just Vegas, shots of Vegas and titles and belts.
The MGM crowd strolling through the MGM garden,
You know you want to fight in the big nights.
walking past the lion in the ring on the way to the to the MGM.
No, but then let's be honest now. Was there a second, be in Dylan's mind? Do you reckon there was a second when he read the tweet and he might have sent it to his brother and said, "What raw?
Nah, do you know what?
What do you think?"
I feel like things are so bad for Dillian Whyte. He probably looked at that and thought, because his guy has the belt that I want to fight for. Why wouldn't I get it if I was with him? That it makes sense. The dots connect on paper. However,
it's so difficult. Carry on. Make
do you
make your
know
point. Sorry.
how upset I would be if I pulled up to a traffic light and looked to the left and I saw Dillian Whyte on a poster?
No way, you're taking you're taking a piss because he wouldn't be. He wouldn't be. Nah, be more respectful. This is what's gonna happen because
This mad
Dylan.
BT Sport posters, bro.
Nah, you're so dumb. Listen to why this
The
is
only ones
deep.
I like, the only ones I like is when there's Anthony Yard on it, because I'm like,
Yeah.
my brother. But the
No,
rest,
but I don't want to see. I don't want to see Dillian White posters and Bagel King. That will piss me off, fam. Because I've seen Andy Yard in there. Like when I'm getting apple crumble custard, yeah, I go in and say, "Raw, Yard's fighting again." Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't really want that for Dylan. But hear me out now. Frank Warren, yeah, it would change the game if he was to capture.
it gives
Dylan.
him more clout.
But then the problem, why Dylan's in a very precarious situation is, it's really difficult for him to be the number one. If he goes to Frank Warren, Fury's the number one.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you see what I'm saying? Over with Eddie.
If he goes to Frank
Josh is
Warren,
the number one.
he's fighting Joe Joyce or Dubois, fam.
That's a liberty. He don't need those fights. He don't need those fights. No, this is what I'm saying. And I wouldn't put Dubois next. I'll save him. I'll just keep him. I wouldn't even let them see each other. That's how I would manage it.
That's not necessary. They're different leagues right now.
I'm ruining my investment. No way. I'm not gonna. No, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Almost give that Reactor thing where, you know what I mean? We just let him grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when there's man that is the same weight class, but we're just leaving them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think, because Lawrence Okoli and Reactor,
the same guy,
there, they could fight. But it's like,
no bucking heads. Nothing.
There's nothing. Do you know what I mean? So, I honestly feel though that it's so mad because you make the point. He is there, WBC. He is there with the titles. Deontay Wilder seems like there is some kind of injury, and there's no interest. Really and truly, I believe there's no interest from Deontay Wilder to fight again.
Nah, I think there is. I think there is still. There is.
There's not.
But there's just nothing to talk about. There's nothing for him to say.
It's false. It's fake interest.
You got to remember, he just lost. He just lost. So he can't. The vocal energy ain't gonna be the same. So he can't be chatting.
Why do you think Wilder can't be talking?
He's not been talking, but he hasn't been talking.
Your king will return.
He hasn't. No, but that was the immediate. You know them post-fight reactions where you're still emotional. Since then, he's been chilling.
Wilder, the one that gave the poet
That's not about boxing. He's always been on that conscious vibe.
No, I know that he's conscious. I'm saying that Wilder.
But boxing chat, you ain't heard from Wilder. How long has it been since you heard Wilder talk boxing, bro?
He came out and said that he said the reason why he lost to something. He came out and said some next story. He didn't really beat me. He said something. That was after he said your king will return. See,
but this was still close to the fight. We're talking like now he's got nothing to say.
But that's why as I said, I don't think he has any interest. Honestly,
I think he's got interest. I just don't think I don't think it makes sense for him to be cocky going into this third fight. I really don't. I think the only way for him to go into this fight, humble, try to do something slightly different and maybe boost your chances. But that's the only thing you can do.
Bro, humility doesn't work for all fighters, you know. Look at when David Haye was getting moved to, and sorry, no disrespect, but you could see even when David Haye was trying to be humble, the inner Haye was like, shut your mouth.
The thing about Haye that was annoying. The humble thing. But it wasn't that he was being humble. It would look like the fire had gone, and that's the worst part. That's the worst part because you're watching it thinking, nah, it's gone too far now, bro. Like, say something. Do you know what I mean? Let me know you're alive with this.
Yeah. No, and that's as I said, there's certain times.
But that's not humble though. Haye went too far to the left.
Yeah.
You're supposed to go left, but not all the way. Like when Floyd in his later fights. He stopped chatting. He wasn't chatting the same. He was just, okay, I've been here a long time. I know what it takes. Like, that's confidence.
That's not humility. That's not humility, though. That's different.
No, it's not humility, but it's not braggadocious. It's confidence. It's subtle.
And this is what I'm saying. When Haye got humbled, I saw Haye just being humble, not wanting to be. Because Haye's not a humble person. What part of Haye is humble?
You can tell. You can tell.
Even he didn't like what he was doing. He's thinking, I want to.
He didn't like how he had to be.
Thump you up right now, but I just gotta chill.
Oh man,
Do you know
That
what I
would be
mean?
the
And
worst. And you're sitting along the table from some don that you know you would spark to pieces, and
there
you
you
now got to listen
go.
to him chat.
And
Whoo.
I'm telling you, that same Deontay Wilder, Mr. Bomb Squad himself, yeah, this is not the level of humility that he wants to be in. I think he has no interest, but we don't have to agree. It's fine. Yeah?
Cool.
It makes sense to sign. Well, let me just not say that before Eddie Hearn chops himself and says, F that guy. It makes sense. There's questions in it saying, you know what? I think he doesn't want to fight. I'm the mandatory. Maybe if I go with Frank, we can get this fight done because Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn are not coming to the table to really. It don't seem like the business is going to happen. Even the AJ Fury fight, it's not confirmed. Do you know what I mean? So, and there's still lots of they still got to do their mandatories, which is me. You know what I mean? So, having a word or having a light phone conversation saying, yo, bro, like, what can I do look like? Why not? And Eddie and Dillian is not actually signed to Eddie. They just have like a gentleman's agreement, I believe, because he said he was flying out to America, he was doing all this other stuff. It's not like
Oh,
a signed. He's not signed. It just works. They have a
so what
relationship that
about if he
works.
if he went with Frank Warren for a one fight deal, nick the belt, and then come back to Matchroom? Whoo, that'd be a move. That'd be a
That'd
move.
be a move. That'd be a move.
Eddie Hearn would be sitting there like, yes, mates.
Do you think? What do you call it though? Do you think?
Fury, Warren ain't signing that. He
Do you
ain't
think
taking a full fight.
Whyte? No, no one fight though. He's not stupid. Do you reckon Whyte can beat Fury? Honest question.
I really don't know what that looks like. Because I can't. He's not going to be able to bully Whyte in how he bullied Wilder.
Never.
Because people are not real. Wilder was a very skinny heavyweight.
Yeah.
He's mad like he's not a heavyweight. He looks like a basketball player. LeBron James is bigger than Wilder, you know. You know how mad that is? He's heavier than Wilder. So, yeah, I mean, so Dillian Whyte, he ain't shrugging Dillian Whyte around. He ain't banging Dillian Whyte out for starters. So that means he's doing 12 rounds. So if he comes in at 270, we actually don't know what Tyson Fury looks like for 12 rounds at 270 because he came in big for by his own standards. I don't think we'll ever see Fury
and
big.
that's the question because this is why I'm always I struggle with Fury now because if it's gonna be Fury that's on his feet moving, there's no chance. Whyte has no chance. If it's that Fury that is, you know what I mean, like evasive Fury, just getting the shots off, moving out of distance and stuff, perfect. You win it like that. But now that he's put on the size and he's doing this crunk thing,
he thinks he can bang. So I'm like,
but now it gets interesting because he's still a very tall man with a lot of weight, a lot of power, fam.
yeah.
It gets nuts.
But you got to remember, yeah, when you decide that you want to commit to banging, you're banging with bangers who can fight and throw more than one punch. And fighting Wilder, like he's fought Wilder twice, and he's gonna fight him third time in a row. Fighting a bad opponent can give you bad habits.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
This
Like
is
I
very true
remember
here.
back in the day, I sparred this waist, bro. This guy was not on my level boxing wise, and I did a madness. Started dropping my hands because I knew this guy couldn't hit me. The
That's
next
like
one
me and
coming.
you play FIFA. Carry on. Bad habits. No, carry on. No, I'm sorry. I'm playing.
So this next don's coming to the ring after watching that, bro. Clip me, bang! I went down because sparring that don has taught me that now I can lower my hands because I'm good enough. No, not for everyone. So you're fighting Wilder and you're thinking, yeah, I can walk him down, bang, cool. Go and do that with Wilder, bro, with Dillian Whyte and AJ. These men, one can take bang, especially Fury's power, because let's not deceive ourselves. He's still not a power heavyweight. And Fury goes down. Fury's chinny, bro.
But you have these moments in boxing because let's even look at Oliver McCall, fam. If you can look at Oliver McCall beat a few man, and then it got like he had a period. Obviously, the crying in the ring,
Yeah,
the Lennox cry.
that's nuts.
But then wait, he beats Lennox. This is it. Oliver McCall beats Lennox.
That's actually such a mad statement to hear.
Bruno beats him.
Yeah. That's a mad statement to hear. Beat Lennox. It's like, oh yeah, you forget. You're gone.
After 2 fights, do you know what I mean? In Wembley. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to, when you break it down and you say to yourself, but then Bruno, wait, hold on. But Bruno can't talk to Lennox. Do you know what I mean? So when it starts to get nuts, it starts to get nuts. So you have to say like, I really would like to see if Fury stays with this size and starts to bully people. Yeah, I think he can't be touched. Honestly, if he stays with that crunk style
I genuinely
and with
think
how he does move,
I think AJ beats him if he tries to come. If he comes to fight, AJ beats him. You
do you
have to
think
remember,
so?
yeah, AJ's reputation has been dented, yeah, by his performance against Ruiz, right?
Yes, it has. Yes, I agree.
AJ has had issues with short fighters for the majority of the time he's been fighting at this level, yeah.
Yeah, Takam. Yeah, Parker.
Against tall fighters, it's not close. The only fight that was competitive was Klitschko, and he knocked him out. So people are allowing it to be skewed because Andy Ruiz posed a tough fight. Cool. Sometimes you're going to have a style of opponent that makes it tough. If Lennox Lewis was to fight David Tua 3 times, it's going to be a difficult fight each time because of the style that he has. And that's very much like the Ruiz and AJ matchup. Tall guys, bro, I'm telling you, if he decides to mix up with AJ's going to catch him in that trade, and I guarantee Fury's going down.
I hear you, but we saw AJ versus Klitschko, and Fury will be Fury will be better than Klitschko.
That was when AJ was green. AJ was green, and he was too big. His stamina issues were because he came in huge. He came in like 18 stone.
And AJ's got these issues. Remember, AJ's got these problems.
He gassed out, in that fight. Couldn't really recover for like a round or two. Was saying to Klitschko in the fight, if I recover, I'm knocking you out. So said, so done. He's now not fighting at that size, but he still has that power. He's a very muscular man. He's naturally strong. Fury is not naturally powerful, which is why he's had to go up to 270, bro.
But look at the problem that we have right now, yeah? This is mad. In boxing, I'm going to give you this, yeah? Not even a hot take, whatever take. It's a medium take, yeah?
Lukewarm take.
Lukewarm take. AJ, when he shrunk down, basically, and it was on the evasive, moving away thing. That's not his weight.
He's like 16, 11.
One man put on big weight. So both of them, the last time we've seen them, have not been what their usual is. We don't know what their new usual is going to be.
We don't know their new normal.
We don't know what their new normal is. We don't know if he's saying, you know what, I kind of liked how I moved at this thing. Should I just stay like this? But then I don't know. You're not going to outspeed or outbox Fury. I can't
what needs to happen,
that, so I don't know how he comes to that fight.
What needs to happen, AJ needs to take this fight to Fury. Aggressive and inside. Look at what Otto Wallin did to Fury.
Yeah.
Otto Wallin was attacking the body.
Yeah.
Right? Otto Wallin is a nobody as far as the level of these guys in this conversation.
Yes.
But he showed something in that fight, right? That a sustained attack to the body on Fury gets results. Now, I don't think Otto Wallin can bang. But I know AJ can bang. So if AJ manages to get success, because AJ made a mistake against Ruiz.
Is he a body puncher? I feel like he does target the head. AJ is a head target.
Listen, AJ made a mistake against Ruiz, game plan wise, by trying to body punch the shorter man.
Yeah.
Which is why he left himself really vulnerable bare times in that fight, in the first fight. Nuts. Against the taller man, the body is very much accessible. So if he can take that fight to Fury and be inside and get inside, bro, I guarantee you, bro, it's gonna look nuts.
Fury can listen. I can't believe we're having this AJ Fury like they're gonna fight.
Right.
Conversation with this deep dive was not unexpected. Let's come off this road because I'm getting into it. I was gonna come in no, because listen, the reason why we'll part that. It's not now. It's not now. We'll let that grow.
Cool. Can you imagine if Wilder knocked out Fury in the next fight?
I'd be gutted.
Bro,
I would be
second round as well. Second round. All you see is Wilder just go.
Gutted. I'd be gutted. But then I'd be happy because now AJ would have to go and
fight Wilder.
There shouldn't be another rematch, would there? There wouldn't be another rematch.
Nah, not after this one. Not after this one. This is the final.
That would be ridiculous. That would be taking the piss. What, they're going to fight each other forever?
Hella rematch clauses.
I would no wait. Actually, let me be honest. If Deontay Wilder beat Fury, I might be happy, when I think about it, because I don't want AJ having Fury problems. I think those problems are mad problems. I don't know how he overcomes them.
Nah.
Now, I've always wanted to see AJ go to America
And fight
and
Wilder.
get in with Wilder. Like, it just makes sense.
That'd be
The
crazy.
man there, it will make sense. It would be so fantastic. It would be fun. It would be the hype. Everything would be brilliant for that. And I love to see it, honestly. And I still want to see it. I hope they still get it on somehow, but I don't, who knows?
I definitely would still like to see that fight, however it happens or whenever it happens.
Yeah. So you know what? We got the best followers in the game.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's so
You know
real.
what I mean? The great
Yeah, yeah.
defeaters, big up yourselves. But one came through with the clutch free. Yeah. Tyson Granger, big up yourself. Because many episodes back, we were speaking about Mike Tyson, would love to see the
The
Broadway
HBO.
show. The
Yeah.
HBO Broadway show. And from nowhere,
Sent a DM to the account and was like, "Yo, Travis mentioned the show. Here it is,
oh
bro.
my God.
Shouts out to
God,
Tyson
man.
Granger, bro.
Tyson Granger, big up yourself. And he's an up and coming fighter as well.
Yes,
I
right.
think
Yeah, yeah.
he's still in the amateurs, right? But he's got a plan to come through. So we said his name here first.
Mm-hmm.
Tyson Granger, watch out for him. But anyway,
That's real. So he
What do
sent
you
us
think?
the Mike Tyson. You know, Mike Tyson was doing some Broadway shows in New York, and he's on stage and he's telling his life story, and it's, I forget what he called it, but it was, I think it was the Undisputed Truth.
Undisputed Truth.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
And mate,
Was it with Spike Lee?
Spike Lee was involved, yeah.
Yeah. Because you keep hearing him say Spike and stuff. I was
Yeah,
like, wait,
yeah.
he's talking about Spike Lee, like.
And he just talked through his life. He talked through his life
Yeah.
journey. It's like an hour and a half long. Listen, I recommend, if you haven't seen it, please do your best to find a way to see it because it's worth it, man.
Message Tyson, I'm playing. Message Tyson Granger, man. Go on.
Seeing Tyson speak so candidly about his life,
Yeah.
I loved it, man. I loved it.
You know what? So
And he had some funny moments in there as well. I was like, raw. He's getting his stand-up back.
When he's the gazelle, when he's been the gazelle and stuff. Hey, that's good, That's some real comedy there. Shout out Dave Chappelle, bro. Just I don't know why I've said that, but just because. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, is it 826? 820? No, 824.
Yeah.
Go and watch 824.
Shout out to him anyway. But back on to what Mike Tyson was doing. This is what let me know Mike Tyson, is an incredible student of the game. In terms of, you saw what Customato did, when he gave him the boxing encyclopedia?
Yeah.
He said, yo, learn all these guys. And I thought that was a key moment because you got to learn. There's many guys that don't do the learning and they're not where they need to be. They're not remembered.
Yeah.
They stopped when these guys kept going because he's like, I quit. Like, I ain't going to get to this level.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he was already trying to teach that legendary shit. Do you see what I'm saying? And I was looking at Mike Tyson and I was wondering, I was saying to myself, because the money does come, like it or not, there's been all these champions that have gone and come. He is just different.
Yeah.
Why is he so different?
It's different with Mike because it's the impact that Mike
wanted it.
It's the Mike Tyson brand, bro. I mean, could you imagine being a fan of boxing when Mike Tyson was going on? Man was going to sleep 30 seconds, 15 seconds. He's talking about it in the show at some point where he's just like, I went to fight this guy and I found out that he was a fraud and I beat him in 8 seconds.
The truth. He fought him in Japan.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And
go on, carry on. Go on.
I think it's different with him because he came in that era where it was like not much going on. Muhammad Ali was obviously the generation, the years before. There needed to be someone new. Here is this young dude, small guy, banging out the big man.
Yeah, but So this is where it gets nuts. Yeah. Actually, I want to focus on Mike Tyson for a minute. It's the fact that he didn't know he didn't know who his dad is. He still kind of doesn't know, right? Because it's like, I think this guy.
So he was told a man is his dad.
Yeah.
But there's another man's name on his birth certificate, which is nuts.
Do you know what I mean? And you see, this word's been thrown about this weekend for a while, but the trauma that he carries so much trauma. Like when you break down a lot of his moments and when he did snap, like the person that snapped the neck of his pigeon for no reason.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? He had that. He's only had the one picture of his mum. He had the
He grew up in a very tough area as well.
a very tough area, you know. So you start to see it's like it was trauma on trauma. Then even losing Cuss, his trainer, and that was a raw father. That's when you can almost hear it. He weren't as emotional talking about him, but you could hear what he was creating because Customer created something. He told him he's going to be a legend, and what was so nice is watching that documentary and us seeing Tyson in the flesh walking through, and it's like Customer said this about you. Now, after all these years, you can walk through the MGM and everyone is focused on you.
I still haven't forgotten what that was like. Fam,
bro.
Leo Santa Cruz was fighting round 6 or 7. The fight is getting deep. And suddenly, like the air got sucked out of the building, Tyson walked in. And it was like looking at, I don't even know how to say this, but it was like looking at the devil himself. Like, you've heard all about it. You've heard all the stories. You know the little anecdotes. There he is. Bro, the energy was this nuts.
What do you reckon Wilder was thinking in that moment?
What do you mean?
He was there.
Wilder was backstage though. He wouldn't have known.
No, but he must have been aware. That...
No. Remember, man's doing pads, bro. He's in fight mode. There's no room for
chilling. I saw Wilder just lying down on his thing.
Bro, is he watching the TV broadcast? Is the broadcast showing the Tyson effect of him walking in? No, it's not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
But it's best that he doesn't know because you don't need to be consumed with that. You're the heavyweight champ today.
But this is what we're doing it, and this is what I say to myself: our champions of now have that mindset of I want to be the great. I want to be the person that when they talk about amazing fighters, they mention my name. Are those fighters thinking the way Tyson is? Like, is AJ thinking who in this common generation right now has got Tyson aspirations? Or that's you know what I'm talking about. That thing.
I know what you mean.
Like, I want to be
bigger. It's more important.
On that pantheon.
I mean, the thing is, you can question these guys because I think they're starting. I mean, you can question them, but we won't ever know what those inner aspirations are because money and so much clouds it now. So much hype clouds everything. It's hard to tell who's real. AJ's made the money. But there's nothing to suggest that he doesn't feel the exact same way as Tyson felt. Realistically, I mean, fights should have been made in all of these guys' careers at earlier stages. But at the same time, business is such a big part of the game now. Business was neglected in a lot of these guys' agenda back in the day. And they paid the price for it. So fighters are now coming up today thinking, I ain't going broke after I stop making money. So whilst I'm in my moment, I'm going to do the big fights. But I need to make sure I'm getting paid properly every step of the way. So it's hard to say that.
Will anyone ever be there then? Will we ever see that again in this game? Because I think that's necessary for boxing to survive, for boxing to go to this new level and this new goal. Because I do call this a new golden generation. I do, unless if it all happens.
Let's wait till it finishes.
It's a special time, though.
Yeah, it's an exciting
time. Say that. Cool. It's a very special time. You know what I mean? We almost got excited with Hay. It was like, oh, and it was like, no. Do you know what I mean? Now, sorry, I keep doing that, and they're not even shots. I'm just saying that's how it felt.
No, it's true. It's true. Because when Hay was coming back, I was like, could he beat AJ? I was doing it. I was like, wait, did he do it?
So it's that golden. I feel that this is a new, really special generation. As you said, you saw the champ that fought, the guy that fought on the card for the first fight back, top rank. You got him. You got Dubois. You got
guys coming up.
AJ will be older. You've got Whyte. You still got Chisora. It's a nice time.
It is a good time.
Nice time.
And I love the Chisora X Factor still. I'd love to see before he retires, lift the belt, please. Let Chisora get one, bro.
Those belts need to end up somewhere. It can't like.
Yeah.
They need to be relinquished, and then he picks.
Let's just say, here's how he can win a belt. All right, I thought about this.
Go on.
The likelihood of AJ and Fury fighting for an undisputed title, put that in the bin. Reason why I say it, someone's going to lose those belts. Not by necessarily a loss, but it's going to be AJ that has to give away a belt.
Yeah.
I can see it happening because the mandatories are stacking up. And I know the minute the Fury fight becomes available, he's taking it.
Yeah.
So it's only so much they can keep the belts like this. Because remember, the Pulev fight would have been the Usyk fight as well. And Hearn struck a deal and basically said, look, fight Chisora, he fights Pulev, and then afterwards he can fight Usyk. Usyk ain't going to sit there and be like, yeah, fight AJ. Because he knows he don't have no chance against, realistically, either of them, but his best bet is AJ.
Who's best bet?
Usyk's best bet to fight for the heavyweight title is AJ.
Yeah.
Because he's smaller and sometimes smaller opponents.
Oh, man,
that's
wait,
the only thing he can go by. I personally think he's got no chance at heavyweight. I'd be surprised if we get it through Chisora.
I'm saying one sec. What do you call it?
But if Chisora beats...
Your thing's gone. So do that again.
What's gone?
I missed. No, I'm saying it got all fuzzy, so I couldn't.
My back now.
So they would have missed what you said just now.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying, I'll be surprised if Usyk gets through Chisora. Yeah? But let's look at it like this, though. Chisora, let's say Chisora beats Usyk. Chisora is now AJ's next fight.
AJ is batting up Chisora, man.
Yeah, we know that. We know that. But let's say but you're missing it. You're missing it. He would be AJ's next fight. If AJ then decides to fight Fury, that belt is relinquished. That means Chisora will fight someone else for the belt, and my gosh, we'll have it. Okay.
I want to see Chisora as a champion, to be honest.
I do. And I know Hay will be involved.
Hay would be so
weirdest celebration.
Hay would be so happy, man. What was I going to say? This is what's mad. And I wanted to talk about this because you know how boxing needed...
Are we done?
We're not done with Tyson. Are
we done with Tyson?
No, we're not done with Tyson, but I think it's appropriate. You see how boxing needed Mike Tyson to take it to the next stage after Ali? I keep wondering, why in heaven's name wasn't... What's this guy's name? I've watched him fight. Damn it. Moves like Ali. It's Ali. It's pretty much
Larry
Ali.
Holmes.
Why wasn't Larry Holmes the guy? What happened?
You know what? Do you know how insane... Listen, I watched Larry Holmes. I watched Larry Holmes again last week. Yeah.
Yep.
And I sent you to fight against Norton.
To watch it. Oh my god, it's amazing.
And I watched the fight and I was thinking to myself, this guy fights like Ali, man. And the thing is, I've seen him before, and I know this happens because I know he was Ali's sparring partner for a long time, right?
And
I remember my dad saying to me, younger, he's like, yeah, he fights like Ali, but because Ali is this mystifying unicorn, I can't accept that someone fights like Ali just like that. So I've always known this information, but I've never really watched Larry Holmes too much.
Yeah.
Profile just didn't draw me to him for some reason. It's nuts. So I've watched the Norton fight. What a classic. But more importantly, bro, he fights like Ali. The movement, the flashing jab. I'm like, God. Wait a minute. How comes you don't get the flowers?
Yeah. and the chin. Do you know, I came on this pod a few while back when we done the Italian thing. And I said I said AJ Holmes. I was smoking crack.
Exactly.
Good. I don't know what stuff I had, but it was amazing. Bro, I apologize to all the fans that had to watch me lower myself to that level, but I'm an AJ fan. Yeah?
Thanks.
What I saw from Holmes, I said to myself, oh my God. Bro, there was a round in he started trading with Norton. Yeah? In the middle, like it was like fourth round or something there, trading. Then the corner's like, what are you doing? Box, bro. He gets on his toes and he's like, bah!
It's mad. He could give it anyway.
I don't think he likes the inside too much. He's not too neat
No.
inside. He's not
No.
too neat.
But Ali wasn't either.
Yeah,
You
but
can
then
probably count. You can probably count on one hand how many times Ali went to the body, fam.
no, but then there was a moment when I think it was eighth or something where he's literally when you put the hand there just to line man up and then give him repeated
Yeah.
repeat like oh gee I was
Uh,
watching the fight
I think it's
yeah
the 14th round or the 15th round where they go hell for leather, and they're both just bro. It's amazing. Like that round 15 is one of the best rounds in boxing, bruv.
they're both tired. Do you know what's mad? Because they're in their corner and you're like, how are they doing this? And I'm not gonna lie, Norton is my kind of fight. You know me, come forward fight, even when I'm gonna get knocked out.
Yeah.
He was getting heavily hit to the face.
He's so strong. That man is so strong. And he's emotionless. He just taking the bangs and then
Now, if
giving,
these men done 15 rounds in this era, they wouldn't make it.
fam.
So just out of just playing around, yeah. Because I know Tyson and Holmes fought, yeah.
Yeah,
Obviously Tyson beat him, but it's a different Holmes. Do you know
Holmes
what I mean?
was like
Holmes
30.
lost
Yeah.
twice. He lost twice to, was it who did he lose twice? Spinks. He lost twice to
Did he?
yeah. He lost twice to Spink, and then he fought Tyson. He had 3 losses in a row. It was like loss.
Oh,
Do you see what I'm saying? I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe
he was
so.
done. He was done
Yeah,
at that
but
point.
then I'm talking prime
Holmes, Tyson.
Holmes versus Tyson.
That's like a snapshot of what Ali Tyson would look like.
The
But
man
I
is his
think
flowers.
I think Ali's he had that little bit of extra twinkle on his fight game. He's not
Why didn't he
exactly
push
like
him? Because they were
Holmes.
friends. They had a relationship. Why didn't he say, "Okay, I'm done now. You clearly must look up to me because there's no way you fight like this without me
Oh no,
being."
they had a relationship, but it was a tricky one because I know Holmes was I remember I reading an article saying Holmes was quite jealous of
Mm,
Ali, which is understandable. Yeah, I mean, because you're obviously going to be in the shadow of a man like Muhammad Ali.
yeah,
So, because when they fought, Ali should not have been boxing.
yeah,
Like it's a sad fight to watch.
yeah.
Prime Holmes, old Ali. Ali can't move. Ali's
Mm,
stiff. He's just coming out round after round. And surprisingly, doesn't get knocked out. Like Ali's
mm,
built differently, bro. But
yeah,
in that fight, there's times where you can see kind of Holmes is pleading, like kind of wants the referee to kind of stop it.
yeah.
Like it looks nuts. And I think after the fight, I think Holmes was crying in the changing room with
Mm,
Ali, and it was an emotional one. But Holmes always states that he tried to take it easy on Ali. Where some people look at that and they go, "Nah, bro, you didn't. You was always jealous of this brother. This was your moment to, yeah, I mean, take the guard in the most aggressive way." So
no, I don't.
it's
Because
tricky. No, but
you're
when you
someone.
watch it, no.
He moves like him.
But
He
when
wait,
you watch it,
yeah.
doesn't matter, bro. Sometimes your idols become rivals, and you gotta take him out, bro. And I think he did it. He didn't hold back. He did it, bro. It's
I'm gonna
sad
watch
to
it.
watch.
I'm gonna watch it because
It's
again,
sad.
do you know how exciting this is for me? As I'm watching fights here, and I'm saying to myself, like, not normal excitement. Like as the fight finished, I celebrated. Gee, this fight happened years ago. This
You know
fight
what?
happened way
When you
back
find
when.
when you find a classic fight you haven't seen, it's a lovely
Oh
feeling
my
to watch it.
god, that 15th round. Listen, everyone, after you
Absolute
finish
war.
watching this, please go and watch it. Ken
Ken Newton,
Norton,
Larry Holmes,
Larry Holmes, you will
classic
not
fight.
be disappointed. Even Suleiman's there, young, mad young. You know
Yeah,
the
yeah.
mad young. But
It's jokes
there's
when
a
you see these fights and you see certain men who are old now back then. And then man are
yeah.
like, oh, Bob Arams, ringside. And you look at this young Don with girls around him.
Now wait, so we're gonna jump back in, but this is the thing. I was wondering why Ali didn't put on his mogul hat and take Holmes under his wing and say, I'm gonna push you. It almost looks good for me. I'm like, it's the new me, guys. look, this is like, I'm so good, I made myself again. You know how Ali could do it. And really push this
Yeah, I
guy to
know, but
take over. I'm surprised that.
nah, I think Ali was always bigger than boxing. Like,
Yeah.
sorry, at that point, Ali, especially at the older years, he was far more important than boxing.
Yeah.
Do
Okay.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like you get out of boxing to be the speaker, and it's really sad because he had Parkinson's, so he never really got to play that role. But could you
Mm,
imagine Ali as a speaker, just going around and talking? The
would have
impact
been
would have been insane.
incredible.
So,
Now,
I don't think he was in his interest to manage
yeah,
or
yeah,
promote.
yeah. It would have been, but then I think we would have had that need. Holmes could have looked after the game before we ushered in
Yeah,
Tyson properly. Do you know what I mean?
but
And been someone that we speak about with high
yeah.
regard and a lot of respect. Because again, hopefully we can give him the flowers now and say,
Well, to
"Yo,
be fair,
you're a special fighter."
you say that, but Holmes does get his flowers.
Yeah,
But he just doesn't have the brand that follows. He doesn't have the noisy brand where it's like, that's Larry Holmes, though.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like you know boxing, you know Larry Holmes is there. When man say
yeah.
who's the greatest fighters, it's Muhammad Ali, if not Muhammad Ali, Lewis, Holmes. That's how the conversations go. So he does get the ratings, but the energy and excitement just wasn't. It's not there for Holmes for some reason.
All right, now let's be real, yeah. Because while I was watching the fight, and Lennox, we know Lennox. We can message him. Fresh Holmes, fresh prime Holmes versus prime Lewis.
Lennox, bro.
I'm getting
Lennox, bro.
Holmes. I'm getting Holmes.
Nah,
I'm
I'm
getting
going
Holmes.
Lewis. I'm going Lewis. You know
Why?
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 Bro, the natural size, yeah, and boxing IQ that Lewis has, I think he can. I think he'll get to him.
But thingy has got Holmes has got mad IQ, fam.
He does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, and yes, he
Speed,
fights like Ali,
speed.
but not exactly like Ali. It's not exactly like Ali. It's not exactly. Trust me, it's a version of that style, but it's not like
Some
Ali.
say that his jab was faster.
It's a great jab, but I
Yeah,
don't think at that point it's gonna come down to an extra size. Because how tall is he? He's like 6'3".
yeah. I don't know if
Let me
because he
Google
can
it.
fight
Let me
outside.
Google it.
Wait. Listen,
No,
he
that's fine.
can
I'm
fight
Googling it.
outside the. Just letting you know, Travis. He feels comfortable fighting outside of distance and just coming in. Gee, his footwork. Yeah, he's
He was
he's
6'3".
mad.
Lennox is 6'5". Yeah.
I don't think that's
So
6'5". I don't
I'm
think
just
them
saying to
inches
you,
count. It's not gonna work. It's not
and
gonna count.
Lennox has an all-time great jab as well. Yeah. So what I'm
Is it
saying
greater
is,
though?
nah, bro. Listen, end of the day, Lennox is winning that fight.
No, wait. Let's not just do this
No,
because
because
once again, the chin. Yeah, we saw the chin tested.
mm,
He's got a decent chin.
so is Lennox,
I know, and we know this.
but Lennox can bang harder than Holmes.
But it's points. Holmes on
Nah,
points. Holmes on
nah,
points.
nah. I'm
How's it
not
gonna
rolling
end?
them,
See, that means he has to knock him out.
bro. How?
That means you're saying Lennox has to knock Holmes out. That's the only way he wins.
No, but I think he can knock him out.
I don't know. I want to ask him. I'm gonna message him. I'm like, yo, Lennox. Real talk.
How would that have gone?
Real talk, yeah. You against Holmes, prime for prime. What happens, bro?
Lennox is winning that fight.
In Lennox's heart, he knows. This one. Even at KG, this is bigger than me still.
Nah, I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling.
Damn. Hold on. This is it.
Do you go?
Bro. Teddy Atlas shot at Tyson.
That story is mad, isn't it?
What?
So Tyson in this HBO show,
Yeah.
he revealed a story of basically when he was chilling with Teddy Atlas's daughter. Tyson was 15 at the time. Teddy Atlas's daughter was 12.
No, his daughter's sister or something, or cousin or something.
Oh no, it's not related to Tyson.
No, Teddy Atlas's
What?
cousin. I'm saying, or it's one his daughter. I don't think it was his daughter.
Well, I don't know.
It don't matter.
Either way,
There was a
there's this
relation,
young
she was
girl
related.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's a relation to Teddy Atlas,
Yeah.
and Tyson's like obviously feeling her, touches her bottom, and it's mad because when he explains that story, he's just like, as soon as I did it, I was like, oh, shouldn't have done it. She wows out, tells Teddy Atlas. Teddy Atlas comes down, wows out, pulls a gun out on Tyson, holds the gun by Tyson's ear, and shoots up. Bro, That story is insane.
It's crazy. I need to
And
hear
it's
what
mad.
Teddy Atlas thinks now.
And it's
You
nuts,
know what I
yeah.
mean?
He spoke Teddy Atlas. Oh man. Oh, say that's right. In the story, he revealed that Teddy Atlas was against Cuss focusing so much on Tyson.
Yeah, yeah,
He's like he's working on it with him like more so than all the other fighters in the gym. And I was
yeah,
just like, boy, Cuss knew what he was doing all the time.
yeah. He had a plan. He had a
Mm.
plan, and it's funny because they said that they didn't speak again.
They didn't
Custom
speak.
when Teddy did, like literally after that,
No,
because
Cuss,
they
Teddy and Tyson.
okay, okay.
Yeah, I think they spoke to each other through their podcast recently. So I
Really,
think, yeah, I haven't checked. I
I'm
can't
gonna
remember.
check it out because I really want
Yeah,
to hear what that relationship is like now. You know what I mean? With all that time that's passed, you obviously, and
you're different
they've
men now.
definitely seen each other. You're
Yeah,
different
you're different
men.
men.
Yeah, I'd love to. I would love to hear from Teddy and see what was going on in his head. Do you know what I mean?
That's
Because
not,
him just with the strap, yeah, and then shooting in the air, putting the next one in, then he runs. It's crazy.
it's insane, bro.
Um,
But that story was crazy. I mean, what was nice to hear was like an intimate Mike Tyson dialogue,
yeah, yeah,
like when he spoke about his journey as a parent,
yeah,
how much like he took for granted in terms of being Mike Tyson, stuff that he missed, that he's now getting another opportunity to make up on. I thought that was really touching, really open, like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And, it was tragic that his daughter passed away.
yeah. Oh my
It
gosh.
was a freak accident. When he was talking about that, man, that was heartbreaking, man.
There was many points where I like you just want to cry, and
Mm,
obviously it's weird. Like when I say I relate to Tyson, that's mad. But I can say I relate to him on different thingies, just on the motherhood thing as well. Like my biological mum, I didn't meet her like that, so I only sort of found like a few pictures the other day. Do you know what I mean? So I've only had one, and
yeah.
now I'm up to like I think it was tidying up. I was doing stuff around the house, and found like 4 or 5 more pictures that I've never
Okay.
had before.
Yeah,
Do you see what I'm
yeah.
saying? So you're watching it, I'm just like, raw. Like I know that thing that drives you. I understand. I get it. So there was many points where, and because my biological mom, she passed as well. So there's that thing of you just kind of, I just felt connected to the story, if that
Yeah,
made
yeah, yeah,
sense, and it
yeah.
made me. So I was doing a lot of reflection while watching it. Just like I'm saying, and watching and things made sense as he was speaking. I was like, oh, that makes sense. I get that drive. I understand what that thing is because this is messed up. This is messed up. You have to make things better. And I think the things that he was doing, when he fixed up his parents' graves, his mum's grave,
Mm,
that story stuck with me. I was like, yeah, and it's amazing. He's like, one day the grandkids and all these other people are gonna come and see. I want them to know that she was amazing. And that part, literally, I was watching that like, and I had tears in the eyes, but I was just deep in it and just thinking,
got it.
man, like
Yeah.
that. One day I'd love to go back to Nigeria and wherever my mom is buried, see that place and make sure it's right. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? So there was so many. I just connected. You know what I mean? And that's why I said, Tyson, like, for you to go against the odds, like losing all the pivotal people that you have lost, and to get there and get to the top in spite of that,
Mm.
because you shouldn't be there. Really and truly, with everything that you went through, you shouldn't have got to where you got to, but you did. And that shows the dedication of the man, because stand up's not easy. To
Mm.
be on stage for that level of time
He was on stage for an hour
and
and a half.
know it all. And know it all, even though he did have the breaks,
Mm.
but it it, it followed nicely. And I was
Telling you,
thinking, is there prompts?
it
I
was
was
well put
wondering, is there
together.
prompts? I was wondering, is there a script that he's reading? Is there like a teleprompter thing?
It's well put together.
Yeah.
He performed the dialogue well. Do you know what
Mm.
I mean? Because public speaking is tough. Do you know what I mean? Stand
Yeah.
up aside, public speaking is tough. And he held it together so nicely. And I remember watching thinking, this is shouts out to whoever directed this as well. Like they
Yeah.
knew how to take care of him in the
Yeah.
production. And it was just nice to see that expression from somebody like Tyson.
But it shows his education though, because it proves in terms of the way he fights. Because you see, when he was talking about the 1-2, he had the boxer on the screen. I don't know what boxer it was, and it's like the 8 hit, the 8 when he says go
Oh yeah.
spleen this, yeah, and it's like, okay, you're a student of the game. Like, even in this,
It's
it's like you've
interesting though,
taken that
yeah.
level to
It's,
boxing to
it's
speaking.
interesting though, because I wonder sometimes how. how is he a student? Like, what type of student is he?
Yeah,
Reason why I say that, because obviously when we interviewed Lennox said that when he went to see him, he was telling him about all these fighters in the game,
yeah,
right? His boxing knowledge of boxers is crazy. But when he talks about boxing, sometimes I think obviously you learn what you know,
yeah,
but the technical breakdown isn't always that clear. What I mean is there's a podcast, right? I think it's Tyson's podcast, Hot Boxing with Mike, where Lewis and Tyson were speaking together,
yeah,
right? So they're both being interviewed by someone, and they're talking about when they fought each other.
yeah,
So the way when you listen to how Lewis breaks down boxing versus how Tyson breaks it down, it's a completely different conversation. So when
yeah,
Lewis was talking about it, there's a point in there where he says, "Oh, he goes, you changed your level. So when you changed your level, I started coming with the jab, and it's a very specific conversation." And Tyson goes, "Oh man, you say all that stuff so nice." He goes, "Dude, I just wanted to, I just wanted to come and hit you, like, you know what I mean? Like it's a proper layman version." And I was just like, "That's mad to hear you talk about it like the worlds are different." You can
mm,
see that when Lennox calls himself the pugilist specialist, he's like the student, where it's like a science. Whereas
yeah,
with Tyson, I felt like it stopped really being like that when maybe just before he went to prison.
yeah.
Jam
But that
to the
makes
point
sense
where
though.
it was
That
now just fighting. It's
Yeah,
just
and that
fighting.
makes sense. Well, his advices as well. We got us. Don King's a bad youth. You know what I mean. Don King, yeah. Because when it comes to who's
Uh,
around you, this is when it says it's important who's around you. Again, um, in boxing, like those people that you have around you, it's more than
yeah,
pivotal. I can't believe Don King, yeah, was charging Tyson 8,000 a week for towels.
fam. The level of
Gee,
extortion that Don King. And the maddest thing is about Don King,
towels.
yeah, bro, he stole money from Muhammad Ali. He stole money from errors of
Yeah,
fighters,
because he
bro.
got Holmes. He had Holmes as well.
So I'm saying he's
Yeah,
been
yeah,
robbing
yeah,
man from day
yeah, yeah. I heard Tyson gave him some level of kick or something.
in a hotel lobby, banged him.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But then even he owned his image rights. What? He owned the image rights of Tyson. I don't know if you're aware of that. Like Don King,
What's that?
he's
Sorry,
the ultimate. He
he owned
got
image
the
rights.
So he's the ultimate finesser. Like
Yeah, yeah,
we have not seen the art of the finesse beyond Don King. But then it's
yeah,
like, what do you reckon he's saying to himself? Do you reckon he feels bad for what he's done, or he's like he just doesn't care? Because that's just someone I'd love to talk to personally and
yeah.
be like,
I
bro,
don't.
all the
I
things that they
imagine.
said about you.
I
Because
imagine, yeah, that he in his old age might
yeah,
have some regret,
yeah,
but I don't think people like Don King have that epiphany. I think someone like him, he is who he is. He's on that side of the coin, and he's still in the business today.
yeah, it's mental.
I remember watching this film about Don King and the way he was moving with George Foreman. I think it was George Foreman or Joe Frazier, making them sign empty contracts. Sign this. And then he goes away and writes the madness on it afterwards. Fam, the guy is horrible, bruv.
Nah,
Horrible.
Don King, yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame because I think that's the when you see because did Tyson say he came out of jail to 400 million or
$100
something?
million, fam. Cash.
That's a lot of money, and even that thing because even when he spoke about him talking about the rape allegation, he was very like what I
Very
liked
can
about it was he was candid. It that was a good part because he understood how serious it was. He went like,
mm,
"Oh, these girls are lying and this, that, and the other." He didn't do that. He didn't underplay it, but he said, "Look, it weren't
yeah.
me," and it does make you think because the amount of years that he got and the fact that he only served 3 is it's confusing.
Is Higgy Hager, fam.
Yeah,
It's
it
a lot,
is
yeah.
like
That's not normal. It's
that doesn't make
weird.
sense. You know what I mean? So there's
And
things
if
that
it's
make
a
you
lie,
scratch your head.
and if it's a lie, yeah, it's really sad because that cost him his prime years. because the fighter that we were seeing before he went jail was stroking the prime.
Yeah.
That 3 years that he would have had, who would that man have been, fam? Same goes for Muhammad Ali when he got banned from boxing because he didn't want to go to enlist into the war. Fam, those 3 years, that was when he was like Muhammad Ali, just a monster, fam. He was
But
problematic.
can I ask you a question now?
Go for it.
Does the trial and tribulation help the story and legacy of you? What could have been? Does the what could have been almost add to the legend? You see, like, so Muhammad Ali didn't, they stole his prime years. We don't know because we didn't see it. We say they stole his prime years because everything was saying it's going that way. But because that happened, now all that's left is speculation and he should have been this. Do you see what I'm saying?
The thing about Muhammad Ali is that because he still did amazing things, we don't have to hang up on the prime years.
Yeah.
Because like he would have got better than what we saw, but at the same time, he was still phenomenal anyway. With Tyson,
I believe that.
Yeah, but with Tyson, it was a short prime, and after jail, wasn't really the same Tyson. He was still explosive, but he was more a one punch. Like, I'm just looking for the big punch now. So,
no, because I believe that thing plays a part.
What I'm saying is the effect of prison on Tyson or the time away was huge.
Yeah.
So now we can speculate and be like, right, what would Tyson really have been looking like if he didn't go jail?
And the only reason why I say that now, is because what I'm looking to, and it's different, but like NFL now, Kaepernick is the new story. You know, he's the new guy that, like, he's not a new guy, but he's a quarterback. He could have got to he was this close from winning the Super Bowl, this, that, and the other, and then take a knee, this, that, and the other. But now there's this kind of thing of, what could have been, what could have been.
I don't know how good Kaepernick is in regards to American football.
He's not terrible, but now it's like now there's a chance to come back, but they're saying he can come back because of all this stuff that's happened and like we were wrong, rare. But then he's been out the game for like 3.5 years. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's the argument people
something about that 3 years, isn't it?
There you go. The argument now is because he's now become a figure.
Mm.
Do you come back and almost, because if he comes back, he has to be a backup quarterback or something. It's not going to just go straight into a team.
Yeah.
Do you come back and risk? Because now, remember what you said about Ali when he became bigger than boxing? He became the next, and now people say, he could have been this. Your legend starts to grow as time goes on if you don't actually get back in the mix.
You know what,
I don't know if those times away helps towards the story, helps towards...
Of course it does, bro. Like, put it this way, yeah. Let's look at, this is music.
Yeah.
2 examples I'm going to mention, yeah. Aaliyah.
Yeah.
Right? And 50 Cent. Aaliyah, people say Aaliyah would have been Beyonce, Whitney Houston levels had she not passed away when she did. Right? When I listen to Aaliyah's music, I don't feel like it was going that way. But the legend has gone, and now that's the narrative that we accept.
Yeah.
I can't say it would have happened.
Yeah.
But, I just personally, from hearing her music, I don't feel like that. That's fine. 50 Cent, if 50 Cent passed away after making Get Rich or Die Trying, he would have been you could not talk about 50 Cent without mentioning him as one of the GOATs. Because that album was such a crazy debut album, it changed hip-hop. Yeah. The second and third album, not really.
Valentine's Day Massacre, though.
Second one was good.
Julian still listens to 50 now, though.
I hear that. No, but the second one was good, yeah? But it wasn't the same. And then after that, it's been nuts. Yeah. But if he passed away after the first one, we would say, wow, this guy was about to be the best rapper of all time. The legend would have gone mad. So when you look at the time and way that fighters have, if they leave after that, especially, the imagination can go insane.
Yeah.
Tyson came back, was definitely affected by the time off. So now we look at Tyson and go, pre-prison, he was the man. Who's telling? And it's the narrative.
It's nuts. It's so cool, man. Listen, I just want to give flowers to Tyson because, again, my respect for him has grown. The new man he's become is really interesting. It's funny because even when he was on stage in the HBO thing, he was like, can you imagine me fighting again? I'm so happy I don't have to do it.
Bro.
See him again.
And now he's back.
now he's back in amazing condition. I think I just got a new respect for Tyson, considering the stuff that the trauma, all the stuff that he had to go through, family wise, and this, and to still rise to the top and be the man that he is now. Incredible.
I'd love to see a lot of fighters do that, you know?
Yeah.
I
The
think
one
that is
speak?
the one man plays where they just talk. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
The amount of stories, bruv.
The stories. Listen.
You know who I want to see that? I want to see do it? Chris Eubanks Sr.
Oh,
I want to be front row and center for when Chris Eubanks Sr. does that.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That would be really good.
Amazing fighter. But sorry.
And him talking about his growing up and stuff would be fantastic, you know.
Listen.
Because how did you become this?
How did you become this man, Chris? Like, you come from the streets. You said so yourself. You weren't really a bad kid like that, but yeah, I mean, you did some stuff. And suddenly you're this, eloquent speaking individual who, I don't like Nigel Ben, but
Again, shout out to Larry Holmes. People, make sure you go and watch the Larry Holmes versus Ken Norton. But before we go, Travis, I saved this question for you. Just wanted to ask you this question before we go. And for comment section, enjoy yourselves. Who wins? Ken Norton or AJ?
Okay.
It's nuts.
Because Ali had big problems with Norton, you know. He broke his fam.
Norton
broke Ali's jaw.
Norton is listen, I was enjoying watching it, even though he was getting beat up, at times. Yeah. I'm watching this guy like, you're my type of fighter. This is what I love. Come forward. You love to be there on the inside, and
he's a boxer puncher as well. Like he just gets it.
Have you seen even tight, but just over the? Oh my god! Everything was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah, that's a bloody.
Who wins? Let's go.
I'm
bad man because I knew I had this in the tuck, and I was just gonna wait to the end.
Yeah. All right. So let me just see how tall he is. Right. Let's see. Ken Norton height. He's 6'3" as well. Whew, okay. See, the thing is, that height makes his fighting style difficult to implement on AJ. Because he's going to walk in to AJ. Small man, and he likes to get in close. He doesn't really explode like how a Ruiz...
He's got a bad boy chin.
He does have a mad chin. So AJ getting him up. Chin. I think if AJ comes into that fight and fights him like how he fought Ruiz in the rematch, light on his toes, occasional big right.
He'll walk through it. He'll still walk him down. Bro, I saw a man take 4 of these repeatedly to the face. Down the middle, flush. He got through it.
But I think AJ's got. You don't think AJ's got more power than Larry Holmes?
As I said,
AJ's a bigger man.
It's a thought. You don't have to answer it. We'll let our comment section answer it.
Man,
it's
what
nuts,
a fight! Yeah, guys, take it away, man.
Take it away.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Who wins? We'll come back to that one.
We have to.
Sleep on it. Yeah. Because I haven't said what I think. Anyway, this has been Undefeated Pod.
For real.
I'm KG.
I'm Travis J.
Yeah, like, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and watch what we told you to watch, man.
He's undefeated, I'll defeat him. I'm jabbing, I'm dodging, weaving. I'll uppercut him, I'll leave him bleeding. He's cut, man's gotta go hard this evening. 10th round, I can hear man breathing. But my fitness comes like a terminal sickness. It can't leave me, I train like I'm addicted. All this pain I've inflicted. Rib shot, leave a man winded. Take a knee, 10-8 round, that's me. Championship round, I'm sweet. Float like a butterfly, sting like bee. Your hands can't hit what your eyes can't see. WBO, WBC. Give me all of the belts, put them all on me. Give me all of the belts, put them all on me. Undefeated, 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 undefeated.